Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb. Today, we're talking about the art of the high ticket sales conversation. I got a question from Naomi, and I talked to Naomi because she was concerned that she was leaving money on the table in her sales conversations. And when I listened to her sales calls and I had a conversation with her, we identified three particular areas in her sales conversation where she was leaving money. And if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that I do a lot of videos about the art of the sales conversation, the source of the sales conversation, the expansion of the sales relationship. And I'm going to drop those links below in the High Ticket Sales Mastery link so that you can see the 7 separate elements of a soulful high ticket sales conversation and identify where Naomi was making these power non-plays. So if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Mimidabo. I'm a high-ticket business coach, and I support spiritual women coaches and Christian women coaches to co-create a profitable and very simple high-ticket coaching boutique so they can serve at a deeper transformational level, co-create expansion in any coaching niche with their clients. And in their own businesses, they get to create the value, the impact, the legacy, the money, the wealth, the health, the prosperity, the body, the life that they choose for this lifetime. So let's get back to Naomi. Naomi's a spiritual life coach, and her coaching packages start at $75,000. And she noticed that she didn't even break even in 2022. And going forward next year, over the next 18 months, she wants to identify places that she can close that hole so she's not vacuuming money out of her business and self-sabotaging her profits, her income, and her sales. She also wants to really add value to her clients. And during our conversation together, we identified where she left $1 million on the table in 2022. So here's the thing. When it comes to the sales conversation, we all know there's the, what do you want? Well, one of the things with the what do you want, it might sound really simple, but it is the part of the conversation that we cannot move past if we don't get clarity. So what do you want? Your client tells you doesn't mean you get to, what's blocking that? What's challenge? What's in the way of you getting that? No, we need to get to what the client really, really wants, not what they think they want, not what they've decided they think they want, but what they truly want. The thing that they want that is so big, so bold, so scary, they're even afraid to tell themselves. And for the first time in the sales conversation, they get to realize, wow, I fell in love with her positioning, her marketing, and her niche, and now I'm on the sales call, and now for the first time, somebody gets to see and support me to see what I really, really want. And that was the first part Naomi was skipping, because Naomi is in love with her offer, which is amazing and beautiful, because if you're not in love with your offer, how can you sell it, right? And she's sold on her offer, on the ROI, on everything that you get, the way it helps you, the way it shapes your life, the way it takes you to a 5D dimension. There's so much about her offer that she's in love with. And so she was so focused on the benefits, she just wanted to get to the benefits, get to the benefits, get to the benefits. She forgot to clarify, why do you want that, or what has you, what for, what will this do for you, how will this change your life, how will this change your business, how will this change your relationship, how would this support what you want in your life, like what is this thing going to do for you, what will having this thing do for you, how will your life be different than it was in 2021 when you get this thing in 2022, like why, the 12 layers, like go underneath the layer and the layer and the layer until you feel like this is too much. It's not too much. Go 12 times under. Because when the client or the potential client is clear on why they want it, and you get clarity on whether you can actually support them with your offer, that is priceless. Even if they don't get to work with you, that clarity for that client is priceless. And referrals come out of that. Referrals can come out of that. So the first step is she was leaving money on the table because she wasn't clear as to why they were there. The client wasn't clear, but she was sure that she could help them because her offer could help anyone. And it can. So once we got to that part, we looked at where else in the sales conversation Naomi was leaving money. And we got to commitment. In every sales conversation, and I use the word sales conversation here just because I haven't done sales in the DMs and my clients don't do sales in the DMs. It's high ticket coaching. They elect to have high ticket coaching offers, so they choose to have sales conversations and connect human to human, relationship to relationship, and create that heartbeat connection with their clients before they get into a relationship with them. And that is why I emphasize sales conversations, because without having that conversation with someone, it is more challenging to know whether you can support them. And it also establishes a layer of trust where they know she's not just here to take my money. She wants to see me and know me for real as a human. And that is important. So the second part that she was leaving money on the table was and also leaving value off the table was the commitment to the transformation. Because anytime you leave money on the table, you're taking value off the table. It is what it is. It was commitment to the transformation. What does that mean? In any sales conversation, the client needs to commit to the transformation in the offer that you are selling. What I've seen in many, I've listened to a lot of sales calls. What I see all the time in our sales lab, Selling with Wisdom sales lab, is that clients never make the commitment to the transformation, and they get to the end and the coach invites them to work with them or ask for the sale, and the client's looking at her like, what sale? I didn't commit to the transformation. Why will I buy the offer? So, you can hear it in their voice, but the coach is really excited about the offer and the sale, so they don't get to hear that. And when they play the recording back, you can hear them go, oh, now I get it. Yeah. And they always say to me, it feels like the client was trying to be nice to me. And I always say, yeah. You see, the thing is, people are not trained to say no thank you as a complete sentence and just walk away. So they try to play the nice game of staying in the call with you, and then they say, oh, I don't know, and then you jump into smooth the objections or deal with the objections, but you don't know what they're objecting to. And so you basically deal with objections that come from the sale or the transaction, but what they've been objecting to was the transformation, not the sale. So maybe that's what we need to master, not the sales objections. But anyway, so here we go. So the clients were not committing to the transformation because they were not clear on the transformation they were here for. And then the next part, which was a huge part, was the money part. See, if you have hang-ups around money mindset, if you have hang-ups around asking for anything, if you're unhappy asking for anything in life, you might have a hang-up about asking for money, which is the payment to do the work you're here to do. And Naomi has that, and she is gratefully happy to talk about it and shout it from the mountaintop so that she can get support around it. So I am happy to talk about this. So because she had that hang up, she would save the money conversation or how much it costs to work with her to the last. It wasn't on her website. She doesn't talk about it because she doesn't want people to know about it. She wants to spring it on them. And that is dangerous. We all know, I recommend that it be on your website. And if that's a thing that you don't want to do because you want to hold it like a gem that you're protecting, then when the clients ask about it in the beginning of the conversation, tell them the investment. You see, when a client has a need in the conversation, attend to that need in the conversation. Don't put it off. Support the client and meet them where they are in the conversation. And so then the client asked twice for in the investment, and Naomi would come up with the benefits. And then when she said, I was waiting to the end to ask for the money and to spring on her how much it cost because I didn't want to scare her. But this is what happened. Naomi forgot to ask for the sale. And I believe her when she said she forgot. Not that she chose not to ask, she forgot because she was so caught up in the benefits and how this was going to serve the client and blah, 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 blah. You could hear it in her voice. So she forgot to ask for the sale. And when I, dug deeper into that, it was, well, Mimi, I hate the phrase close the sale. So I always trigger a self-sabotaging mechanism so that I don't ask for the sale. And so my invitation to Naomi and all of us, whoever it is that's triggered by the phrase close the sale, I'm not, but if you're triggered by the phrase close the sale, I invite you to look at that as an expansion of the sales relationship. Because sales to me is just part of the flowing down from niching, packaging, pricing, positioning, messaging, and marketing, and it continues through the sale and then the continuation of the relationship. So sales is the heartbeat of expanding that relationship for however long that container is, and possibly beyond, especially if they renew their contract to work with you. So you're not closing the door, which feels like slamming that relationship, and there's something very about it. I get that, okay? It doesn't have to be. Consider that as an expansion of a beautiful, blossoming new part of this relationship. It's like now the marriage. You've done the engagement, you've done the proposal, you've done the dating, and now there's the marriage where you get to actually do the work together. That's what that is. So I invite you to look at your own sales conversations. Maybe you have a couple of them recorded, listen to them again, see where you are leaving your $1 million on the table, because if you're a high ticket coach, you are. It just is what it is, you know. And I say this not as a coach, but as an accountant who has been behind the books of many of these coaching businesses. So I invite you to start selling with wisdom, which means looking, hearing, seeing the thing, probing, curiosity, compassionate questioning, and really getting a feel for your client's clarity on the transformation that she's there for, and a commitment to that transformation so you can decide what objection you overcome it. If you have to overcome an objection, which I hope you don't. But expand your relationships and let me know how this lands for you. It's been good having you.